Greetings and welcome to the Mount Rushmore podcast. My name is Jeff, and I'm joined by my good friends Richard.
Hello.
And Michael.
Howdy.
Guys, did you know that there's gang initiations happening?
Where?
Out on the street. If you're driving down the street and somebody flashes their headlights at you, don't flash them back because that's a gang initiation.
Wow. Where'd you hear about this?
I heard about it on the internet.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
All of the internet?
All of the internet.
Oh, man.
So the topic that we are debating and deliberating this time around is the Mount Rushmore of things on the internet that your mom is talking about. And my mother is actually pretty darn savvy. So my mom usually posts things about liberal politics and debunking certain kind of commentary around what the Democrats are trying to do to become socialist and all that stuff. But she, like everybody else, kind of uses the internet to further urban legend or to talk about trending topics that maybe are a little bit outdated or whatever. And so I think it's kind of fun to discuss this. The Mount Rushmore of the thing on the internet your mom was talking about. And did you know that urban legend surrounding gang initiations and headlights was one of the first electronically transmitted urban legends because it began on fax. And then it got picked up on TV news. And then around the time of AOL and stuff like that, it got repeated there. Thanks, Jeff. You're welcome, you guys. All right.
Hey, you're the best, Jeff.
You're the best. High five. Oh, I can't reach it. Okay, high five. So this is the Mount Rushmore of things on the internet your mom is talking about. And since last week's episode, Michael started. Why don't this week's episode, Richard starts?
My mom's dead, Jeff. Thanks, asshole.
I deserve that.
No,
So I'll go first?
I'll deserve that.
So instead...
I deserve that. Apologies, dude.
No. She's been dead for a while, so
Well,
whatever.
she taught you very good manners before she passed.
Pre-internet or post-internet?
Oh, post-internet.
Okay.
So you're saying the internet killed your mom?
I read about it on the internet. That's usually what happens if you use the internet too much.
Look, that's what we're going to Area 51 to find out. Just say I've got questions.
Yeah. The truth
We're
will
in
be
an
known.
we're in an interesting gray zone in between when the storming of Area 51 has been proposed, but before it has actually taken place. So, spoiler alert to everybody, we don't know how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, I know how it's going to turn out.
No one's going to go.
No one's going to go.
No one's going to go.
So instead of being able to rely on my mother personally, I'm kind of thinking outside the box a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Like my older sister, who's 18 years older than me, so she is certainly of my mother's, could be my mother,
Okay,
age-wise. My wife's mom, people of that sort of era.
Yeah.
So my first one are lost dogs.
Oh.
And these are all things that they're posting about online. And
Yeah.
my sister, I think 80% of her Facebook feed
Yeah.
are lost dogs.
Yeah.
And I've seen this with other people, other friends' parents. Every town seems to have multiple lost dogs of Waco, Texas, or Fresno, or wherever. And look, I get it. I
It's a noble thing.
I want dogs to be found. I'm not
Yeah.
anti finding lost dogs, and I understand the whole concept of amplifying, the signal boost and everything. But when my feed starts getting overloaded with Wichita lost dogs, have you seen, Sparky?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen Sparky. You know why? Because I live in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I'm up to something like 57 or 5,900 different blocked accounts on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Alone. Almost
Holy
close
cow.
to 10,000 on Twitter. But on Facebook, it's like if someone shares something from their local newspaper,
Yeah.
it's like immediately I'm just going to block that because I whatever else they're going to share from that, whatever that is, I know that I'm not going to
You're not the target audience.
I'm never going to need to see what the Wichita Lost Dog Society has to say about Sparky, and I'm not going to be able to help.
Yeah, but then I feel like a jerk because maybe one of my friends lives in Wichita. They don't.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone in Wichita. I don't even know why I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are confusing when you're like, wait a second. Why am I seeing El Paso lost pets?
And you think
Who the fuck do I know in El Paso?
Oh, okay. It's just getting amplified by people
And
outside of your
it
region.
just starts bouncing around, and that's part of the problem with the internet is just everybody wants to amplify their signal, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it just gets to the point where it's just
Do you feel like
overwhelming.
Pets who live near the airport could have wandered onto a plane
Yeah.
and flown off to another state accidentally? Do you think they could have wandered into the cargo hold of a commuter flight
Oh,
and
I
head
love
for
this
Seattle?
idea. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
In a movie
Yeah.
where the dogs talk to cats.
They could have also morphed into a human.
Yes.
That
then they got in
happens
a
a
plane.
lot in music videos,
Yeah,
as
that
we
happens a lot.
discussed last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so Richard lost pets. Michael, what do you got?
Okay, now my mother, thankfully, has not passed away.
Good.
She does live halfway around the world in Austria.
So she's basically dead.
So there is. Wow. That is harsh.
Well, it's more of a statement about Austria than anything else.
I guess so. So my mother is certainly removed greatly from the social media aspect. So I don't have a whole lot of things like that directly. I have some stuff about moms in general.
Okay.
But one thing that is ubiquitous around the world is what they're talking about on the internet is always the weather. Specifically an earthquake. And if it happens anywhere in the state of California or the surrounding states, it is. I read on the internet that there was an earthquake in California, and are you okay? And this earthquake happened in San Francisco, let's say.
Yeah.
I'm in Los Angeles. My mom spent 20-something years in L.A.
Yeah, to clarify, your mom doesn't. Your mom's in Austria now, but she lived here for a
It's
long
not
time.
like she doesn't know that, let's say, San Francisco is 400 plus miles, if not more, from Los Angeles.
Maybe she's getting confused with the kilometers.
Now, recently we did have a big earthquake here in LA. Some pretty, over 2 big ones that were kind of close to kind of.
Yeah.
7.1's nothing to sneeze at.
No, but it really didn't do anything.
No.
But are you okay? And whatever news feed that someone is reading, and those just 2 words, California earthquake, it's just amplified as if it's a bigger magnitude.
Right.
And it's amazing how things like climate change don't make a big impact. And people, in general, as we've seen, aren't worried about climate. But weather is still one of those things, whether it is a fire, whether it is hot weather, whether it is an earthquake, and even though an earthquake's not quite weather, it kind of gets lumped into meteorological
events.
Parents, it is just a great worry, and just like so much time is devoted to, at least our conversations is to what the weather is like, and is that earthquake killing you or not?
No.
I will say before we get too much farther that we are not heartless bastards enough to not recognize that parents and mothers are very loving individuals.
Oh, of course.
And that all of this is out of concern for the welfare of their loved ones. Or dogs.
Sure.
Their love dogs.
I appreciate the fact that your mom, her first instinct isn't to call you or text you or something that would be a direct one-on-one communication. It's to probably put a Facebook post on your Facebook page that says, "Hey, are you okay?"
Oh.
Like tagging you or someone putting it on your page. That's what I see a lot when those sort of posts go up with like friends of mine. That's what I see a lot of. And it's I always think that I was like, you could just call and see if you're okay. But there's something about like wanting
The public acknowledgement of the check-in?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's
It might be a time zone thing.
or a time zone thing. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, they're 8 hours ahead, so there is usually like we have to plan our calls, and like when we Skype, it's our morning here and their early evening.
You've got
Yeah.
like this 2-hour
you know what that is?
window.
That is a very interesting point. Is that this does create a certain buffer for panic.
Oh.
So that the earthquake happens at, even if it's a time when she could call me, there's still a time zone buffer that filters out a lot of that internet noise. So whenever she's reading about it, usually it's a little bit later on than most likely I would have called her if something was terrible.
The Twitter panic has subsided.
Yeah. She doesn't really. That's the interesting thing about earthquake and Twitter and people. It's always like, was that an earthquake?
Did you feel that?
Earthquake ... question mark? What? I'm always confused by how some people think that their posts on Twitter while they're watching a sports game, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Choose a sports game, and they just decide to write like, no way. Who are the people that are responding to just
no way.
the lack of information from no way? Are they assuming that you're watching a Dodgers game? Are they assuming that you know that call was wrong?
You know who does that? Magic Johnson. Ever read Magic Johnson's
No.
Twitter feed? It's primarily him going...
Oh, he's an old guy on the internet, too.
Yeah, he's primarily him going, wow, Dodgers had a great game. Max Muncy with 2 home runs. The Dodgers are a great contender for the World Series. Like, basically the most basic, like, telling you exactly what happened at all times with, like, no insight.
At least that is supportive and tells you something. I'm always confused by, like, no way, ref. And that's it.
Come on.
Yeah, and you have to figure it out. And I feel like earthquake posts on Twitter are like that. Like, was that one? I don't know. We're all here at the
who am
same
I,
time.
Dr. Lucy Jones over here? I don't know.
Earthquakes.
Okay, Richard.
All right. So my second one is LuLaRoe, or whatever MLM scheme happens to be going around at the time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Love my family. My niece has been involved in several of these in the past.
Yeah, but they're not like the others.
Yeah,
This one's a real... I'm a small business person.
Yeah, this one's different than the last one that I spent thousands of dollars on and didn't necessarily make any money on.
Yeah.
This one's different. I remember the first one they had was 31, I think is what it's called. And it's clothing, but it's also Christian somehow.
Oh.
But it's not Christian clothing. It's like a clothing company that's run by people with like a Christian...
ethos.
Ethos.
Okay.
But it's still a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty close to Catholicism more than anything else.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would imagine. And then my sister my niece got into LuLaRoe.
I've never heard of this.
You don't know what LuLaRoe is?
No. I know Lululemon.
Oh, no, this is not. There's a Lululemon is the yoga one.
Yeah.
Now, these are like the real stretchy kind of like shirts and stretch pants.
So
very bright colored usually.
The basic premise is that someone becomes a LuLaRoe agent and that they buy X amount of thousands of dollars of LuLaRoe merchandise and they don't know what it is. And then they go on Facebook and they try to sell this merchandise to their friends.
Oh, God.
And then if they don't sell it, they are stuck with that merchandise.
Ooh.
Do I have that
You've
about right?
got that nailed.
Meanwhile, you get your card maxed out on this stuff.
Yeah, because you've got all this inventory, and then once that inventory is no longer the latest model, so it started off with people hosting like it's the modern Tupperware party, right?
Okay.
So you would host like a LuLaRoe party where you gather all your friends, come in, take a look at all the inventory you've got, and sell it. Then people got the idea of, well, why do I need to have my friends over when I can just go online, set up a little studio, do a live stream, and sell all of my stuff.
Oh, okay.
All of my wares. And I am sure there are people who make money off of it.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
I mean, as with any MLM, it wouldn't be successful if there wasn't...
Yeah.
If the carrot wasn't somehow... attainable to some people.
Mm-hmm.
I just know from people the majority of people I know who have done this type of stuff, they don't wind up making money off of this. And they wind up losing money off of this.
Oh, okay.
And so you wind up with their parents and their friends and their family members being asked to please, again, signal boost. So much of this is about signal boost.
Yeah.
Help me out. I mean, look, it's not much different than what we do when we ask you guys, the listeners, to help us promote the show.
Our harebrained scheme.
Our harebrained, this the worst multi-level marketing scheme ever, a podcast.
Yeah.
But so that's something that like my sister winds up posting about a lot is her daughter's next LuLaRoe video that they're doing.
Yeah.
Feels like parents trying to encourage their children's lemonade stand.
Yeah.
I was driving down the street and it was a very busy street, and there was a dad that was just like spinning this sign like, come in here.
Oh.
And it's just like, I'm just driving to Ralph's to get one of the 4 things that I need. There's no way in hell I'm pulling my car over to get 25-cent lemonade
Yeah.
from your, I'm sure, darling, cute daughter.
Yeah.
You got to choose your locations on where you're selling your lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with your LuLaRoe.
Yeah, because then my feed winds up getting clogged with 20 different live streams of friends and family members selling stretchy tie-dye tank tops that, as attractive as I may find them on other people, are not necessarily what I would be wearing.
Yeah.
So TLDR version of it, I hope it's successful for you. Hasn't been successful for most people that I know.
Winfield.
Why is it that 40% of all like boomer memes involve the Minions?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
What do the moms on the internet
Yeah.
have for the Minions? Why are these things so popular?
Yeah. And what redneck Photoshop artist is doing all this? I was wondering.
I don't
who
know.
knows
There
Photoshop?
is someone that is a professional Minion memist
Yeah.
that is out there that is just cranking out these things by the millions that
Because my kids are just like minions.
Yeah.
I mean,
They become an abstraction like the Calvin pissing on the Ford.
wow, that is a
Thing, yeah.
great that is a great connection.
It's like a one-off. Nobody would even Bill Watterson would even recognize that. Or
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the attraction is about these characters that that don't really speak, that kind of fall down, that are just kind of like I get it if it's like we went down to Hollywood and we were walking around this store called La La Land. It was like a big tchotchke store. And
In Hollywood?
Yeah. And Felix, my 2-year-old, was like, we put him down and he was just running and he saw like Spider-Man doll and he saw like a Mickey Mouse and a Goofy and like out of the corner of his eye there was like a Minion thing. And I was like, no. Let's keep let's gear you towards the eventual Disney Plus stuff that we are gonna go all in on in a few months and whatever and But it was like steer them away from the cute yellow. Cute. This is what boomer moms are interested in and have clung onto as like this thing that they find.
Boomer suburban moms.
I don't
very specifically.
I just really don't get it, and I know we're not always tasked with finding an answer to our questions on here, but
a boomer mom is what age? Doesn't that end at 60? The 60s or something? I think it might end at 67 or so.
Yeah, we're really getting more into almost grandma age, I think.
Well, even, I don't know. I mean, my dad was born in 46, so he's in 70s. So, no, but I wouldn't be surprised. My dad doesn't listen to this. He might download every episode onto his phone accidentally because of me.
Right.
But
Yes.
no, I don't know. I think that there is also a like general like boomer meme culture that is out there that I just don't understand.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. I mean, I've kind of narrowed in on the Minions as this thing, but like boomers discovering the internet at a late date is like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh,
and then they discover like how to Photoshop things or use a auto generator on how to show how tough you are online. It's very weird.
Like there's a version of Photoshop that maybe Toby Keith invented or something like that. Because it seems to usually have a flag. It's like the automatic background of it or something like that.
You can choose your flag, choose what state of disrepair it's in.
Yeah.
What level of waffle stomper boot are you going to put on here now? Okay.
Yeah.
Size of a truck.
And there's usually a candle maybe, or it's like the Gothic font is like the default font on it. And it's at 256 by 256 pixel size. We are at our halftime and want to thank you for listening in. And we want to ask what you want us to discuss on the internet. whether you're a mom or not a mom or a dude or a ma'am or a sir, we'd love to get your suggestions as to topics we may tackle in the future. We'd like to find out what you think we missed on past topics. You could do that by going to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and commenting, suggesting a future topic has led people into the dubious honor of being a guest on our podcast. It doesn't have to happen that way, but it could. And also want to implore you to go back into the archives. We have a vast archive.
It's as vast as it is deep.
Yeah.
You could listen to an episode every day for 178 days. That's like half a year.
Yeah.
Close to.
Yeah. So,
Right?
So why not?
Well, remember we did Mount Rushmore of new Creed songs that were good.
Yeah,
Do you remember
that didn't age very well.
That didn't age very well.
No.
So go back and listen, and then do us a favor and rate those songs. Podcasts. You can go give us a review. You can give us a rating. It helps other people find out stuff that is cool on the internet, and that's not a bad thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. So Richard, what do you got for your
All
third?
right, so my third one is when they post whatever the latest block of text is that's supposed to protect their online privacy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, the vaguely legalese jumbo
Yeah.
that is supposed to stop Facebook from being able to
Yeah.
own their likeness
Yeah.
or intellectual property.
That's
I
a
love
funny
this.
observation,
I
yeah.
love this post. I love this pic.
I don't understand. What I don't understand about
Facebook
this
is teaming up with Dracula to steal your likeness.
steal your likeness and
Yeah.
your blood.
And your blood.
But by posting this,
Yeah.
I hereby forbid Dracula. For whatever reason, we're not thinking this through, parents. Just putting words up on Facebook has no legal
Yeah.
standing.
No.
And whenever someone gets corrected about this, you would think they would go, "Oh, well, thanks for letting me know." You know,
Parents, they never want to be corrected by their children.
yeah, no, it's always, but instead it's always, well, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, I do know because this is bullshit.
Yeah. I absolutely know.
And I don't know what personal information they think is going to be stolen by Facebook. There's one thing I personally am not that concerned about my online privacy.
Yeah.
As a big picture concern. Because if people want to scrape my Facebook likes and where I click to be able to give me better ads or whatever it happens to be, it just doesn't bother me that much as a person.
Yeah.
So I don't know what other people like who are posting this stuff that are obviously very concerned that Facebook is.
Yeah.
What do they think that do they think Facebook cares about them?
Yeah.
Facebook doesn't care about you personally.
Yeah, they don't-
care about you as a target audience, as part of a demographic that is X% of the population.
They're going to steal that photo of your corgi on your new Christmas tree.
Yeah, they're going to steal
liner thing.
your minion meme.
Yeah. Anyway.
What are they concerned about? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
This kind of leads into mine.
Do it.
It's
Do
just,
it.
Son, what's my password for various sites?
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
I've been the keeper of some passwords not for my mom, but for my dad. But I'm going to include him in this.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you what it is. For moms, it's a maiden name and their birth year. And then when you forget it or the password expires, you put the birth year and then it's your maiden name.
Yeah.
And then it's like, eventually it gets down to it where it's like your grandkid's name and your birth year. And it's not complex, but it falls right into that same sort of like online security protection. The parents just don't realize that like, it doesn't matter if you think the password is a super clever thing. If it's not a jumble of letters, it is instantly solved.
Yeah, of course it is.
It is just like the algorithms run through every combination of words within seconds, but it's just like, but with numbers and special characters and all those other things that they advise you to do that you're never going to remember.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are safe.
LastPass, everybody. I can't emphasize this enough. Get LastPass.
But there's a certain like naivete about the internet and passwords and things that is just like, you want something that you can remember, so you choose the same thing over and over. And I don't know, it feels like it's tied into that. I'm just going to post this block of text that is just going to declare my immunity from someone using my likeness. Yet at the same time, you download the Face app to see what you look like 50 years older. And then ends up selling your information or whatever to Russia. Although I don't even believe that.
No, Russia doesn't. They got enough problems. By the way, my last choice, I will just get to this now, is taking every quiz/survey possible without knowing that they're giving their online privacy away. So yeah, basically that's
Jeff,
exactly
just hand this episode to Richard. Yeah, he's really thought this through in a way that I haven't.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. On one hand, you're posting these, legal mumbo jumbo because you're so concerned about your online privacy. On the other hand, you're going to egiggles.com and filling out the...
Wait, that's taken? Oh.
Yeah. And filling out the, what Harry Potter character would you be survey, and then posting that, and not really paying attention when you click on the, in order to take this survey, egiggles.com wants to be able to access your Facebook likes and da-da-da and da-da-da. And people just plow through that because... well, there's a funny survey at the end of this.
Yeah.
And so this leads to two problems. One, you're shooting yourself in the foot with this thing that you allegedly think is so important. And two, you're flooding my goddamn feed with so many personality profiles and who would you be and this sub-HuffPost bullshit, BuzzFeed type bullshit. Mm-hmm. Stop. Just stop.
I think the casual gaming on Facebook seemed like it was a bigger thing 5-6 years ago. But like vampires, do you want to play teenage the
Candy Crush?
Candy Crush, or I seemed like that was the thing I was getting more invites for back in the day or something.
Yeah, because they make it easy just to send the invite to everyone because you'll get more candy bits or whatever the hell that game uses.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten a little smarter about that as consumers. Mm-hmm. But we're not very smart when it comes to these damn quizzes.
Why do you think that? I feel like it's a nation looking for definition, or we are a population looking for a definition through some kind of sorting hat that happens through.
Is it definition or is it connection? That, hey, I'm a Gryffindor, you're a Gryffindor too.
Yeah.
Wow, this is something we have in common, even though you're my aunt. My aunt once removed, and I met you like 5 times, but I'm still Facebook friends with you because, my other relatives would think it's weird if we're not. Mm-hmm. But look, we're Gryffindor, so we've got something in common.
Yeah,
I do like that all the questions on there are like, which Harry Potter character are you? And it's like, Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron, Draco, and like 3 out of the 4 Gryffindors, and they're just like,
you're a Gryffindor.
Okay, you're a Gryffindor. Yeah. These questions aren't... You can game the system.
Oh, yeah. It's usually pretty obvious which ones they're going for.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite thing is friendship, stabbing your friend in the face, eating souls.
Winfield, what's your final one?
The last bastion of what I think of as like the old internet that moms are still holding on to.
Oh.
E-cards.
E-cards.
Oh, that's still happening?
Getting the e-card every once in a while in your email is like they're somehow still going out onto the internet and they're still sending these animated e-cards that is such a hassle to click. And I think this is something that, Richard, you've really nailed on this topic. So I'm really going to bow down to you. in that it is how the things your parents are doing that interact with the internet, and moms specifically, how they affect you. Because it's not just they're out there doing things and they're talking about it. There is someone on the end of the line, and on the end of the line is you, Richard. It is you having to deal with the flotsam in your like social media feed. It is having to be like, what are you? It is, I can see all the things that you're talking about. And like, just can we be quiet for a little bit? And the e-card is really nice, except for the fact that you have to click a link and then you have to sit through a 35-second commercial to watch a minute and a half dancing bunny rabbit on Easter. And it says, buck-a-buck-a-buck, happy Easter. And you're just like, then I gotta get the email that says, did you get the e-card? And it's just like, we're supposed to have responded to this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's an element, the difference between people of our generation and people of, like, say, our parents' generation. Let's call it the boomers or whatever. Is I'm very aware of the fact that when I post something on Facebook, that's on other people's feeds. That I'm creating noise.
Yeah.
So it better be somewhat important or interesting, something that the other person, my friends, my family, are going to get value out of. Mm-hmm. I think people of that other generation are just like, this was something funny that I saw.
Yes.
Just get it out there.
I think everyone is in a different size room. And some people perceive themselves to be in a small room and having a very casual, intimate conversation with their dozens of friends. And I think you perceive that you're in this larger room and that social media acts as this megaphone that amplifies what you're saying in a world where everyone else is trying to talk as well. And so you are trying to show some decorum there, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that there's a generational understanding of, look, my kids, like I was just talking to you guys a little bit before the show that my daughter got her first phone this weekend. Yeah. And she's going to be she's planning on using it other than using it. She has to use it for school stuff. But she's planning on using it for like group texts. Okay. As far as I know, she has no interest in going on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. But she's interested in these very enclosed ecosystems, right? Mm-hmm. And it seems like the more comfortable different generations get with this type of technology, it's almost like those generations are now more attuned to that concept of, I don't need to blast this out to 500 people. I don't need to blast this out to my 2,000 friends. Uh-huh. Our generation maybe is a little bit smarter at what we share. Yeah. And then it seems like my kids' generation is just almost getting to be less interested in sharing at all, except for within that small group. Uh-huh. It's almost like kind of coming back to that. Mm-hmm.
All right, dudes, let's rate them up. I thought the some funny ones. Minion meme, dude. I feel you on that. And then I'm going to go with multi-level marketing scheme and the latest text and quizzes survey. So that's 3 for Richard, 1 for Michael. I hope you guys ain't mad at me.
No, Richard. You got the full feel of this one.
I felt pretty good for having a dead mom. I felt pretty good about it.
Oh, let's pour one out. This has been the Mount Rushmore of things on the internet that your moms talk about. My name, as always, is Jeff.
I'm Richard.
I'm Michael.